We have a large number of people who are struggling from things like loneliness, kids that are being picked on and bullied, people that are actually contemplating killing themselves out of the fear of just not being accepted, not feeling part of a group.
It's painful to know that there are kids being bullied in America.
For us, if we're not accomplishing what life is all about and taking the good parts of life and using those talents, then we've lost out.
You know, the suicide rates and a lot of things with kids were becoming a little more pronounced.
Last year we had 6 suicides here at Weber High. And so that message was really big this year.
I think as a principal, you know, you want to do everything you can for your students, and you want to make sure they have the best opportunities they have to have a great experience and be successful.
We have so many students here that might be new or don't have a group of friends. It's not a place that they always want to be, and I think that's the same in every high school across America.
We found that there's a large portion of our youth in America involved in sports who are being brought up in a world where they're given extra levels of attention, and they're also receiving training on how to handle some things that they don't realize they're receiving. That's just inherently built into athletics. How to work with others, how to be part of a team, how to set goals and receive instruction from coaches and things. So what if we took that attention given to athletes, we call it the spotlight, that time in their life when they're given a little bit extra level of attention. What if we took that and trained these athletes how to use that spotlight to help give back and help other people?
The Especially for Athletes program is a program really to bring kids together from different schools, same schools, you know, to feel like we're all one, we all love each other. Really to feel like a family, not to let anybody, you know, be left behind or set apart.
It's a program that helps kids understand the true meaning of being an athlete.
Especially for athletes, the first word that comes to mind is incredible. It gets it, if you will.
Especially for Athletes program has made a big impact at Pleasant Grove High School in a short time. What a great program to help build a character with your student athletes.
The culture of this program is game-changing.
Just individually, I've seen young men and young women take kids under their arm and wing and be an example, stick up for them when they need someone to stick up for.
You know, in our society right now, it's pretty tough for some of these kids, and so I think it's an opportunity for them to really say, hey, you know, I can make a difference for this kid, and it's not just about me in athletics.
So especially for athletes, the training that is provided, it's not a one-time come in, get the kids all fired up and go away. That won't work. There has to be follow-up and reminders, and so we have various tools that we use to make sure that we're in front of the kids and that they feel motivated and inspired throughout the year, even during the summer when they're out of school.
So a couple weeks ago, Dustin Smith came and talked to us about Especially for Athletes, and I really had no idea what the program was. I'd never heard of it before, and I just got a note in class, and I just kind of went in with an open mind, and I was really impressed with what he had to say and the impact that he showed it could have on everyone in the school and how much it could bring us all together.
When the students join the program, they receive a wristband that they wear on their wrist, and if you watch professional athletes, college athletes around the country, they're professional athletes that are wearing this band, that are getting behind the program. The wristband has 2 phrases on it. One phrase says eyes up, and the other phrase says do the work, and there's a lot involved in what those 2 phrases mean.
There it is right there. Do the work, eyes up.
See this right here? That's on my wrist, and I see it on a lot of people's wrists.
I wear this wristband on a daily basis. I even wear it to bed.
I wear the wristband. For me, it's just every day in the hall. Keep my eyes up, look for kids that might need some attention, maybe need somebody to say hi to them, give them a smile, that sort of thing. You know, I think with the wristbands, you know, it allows these kids to see each other and say, okay, these are the kids that have made the same commitment I have.
If I see a student that's wearing one of these bands or that's part of Especially for Athletes, and we have a problem or something, I can just simply say to them, eyes up, do the work, and they know exactly what I'm talking about.
We had one game right here between Springville and Maple Mountain. We had the kids all get together, take a photo shoot about 5 minutes before the game started. It was a very competitive game. But you could tell those kids were really, they had bought into the program. They understood how important this was and what this band stands for.
Keep your eyes up. Be aware, give back, be grateful, but also do the work. Commit to really being your best in things and do things to make other people's lives easier. The athletes, after they make a promise, they're not just given these wristbands. They have to make some tough promises in order to receive this. They're asked to follow up on their promises and report back from time to time on how they're doing.
I've had a lot of letters that have come in, and we've hundreds of letters. I've got a few here, if you're okay if I read some of them. I think what's most impressive is this young man was contemplating suicide. I remember days that I just felt empty. And alone. I really didn't have anybody to talk to or anybody to turn to. I had my parents that could have helped me, but I was just too embarrassed to tell anybody. It got to a point where for the first time in my life, I understood why kids commit suicide. But one thing that stuck out to me, and he talks about some of his friends that he gained, but he says one thing that stuck out to me was when I told my mom about this a couple weeks ago. She had no idea. She thought I was the happiest kid in the world. So it told me that you really never know. So I pledge to make somebody laugh and feel better every single day that I can. I pledge to keep my eyes up and do the work. I think this is, if you were to meet this young man now, you're blown away with what he's done within the school, how he influences kids here at the school. I mean, I'm not so sure we would have found that out or even had known if he hadn't shared that with us. It was powerful. So it was amazing.
We want to talk to you more about the program, explain how it would work at your school. Schools are unique. Each school has unique circumstances that need to be looked at. Some schools we may need to focus on one of our principals a little bit more with versus another. So we want to have a conversation with you. So if you're interested, especially for athletes, in bringing it into your school and joining the other high schools and junior high schools around the country, please contact us. Go to the website, especially E4Aathletes.com. I want to talk to every principal that I can in the school. There's 98,000 public schools in America. I want to talk to every single one of them. I'm that passionate about this because we're seeing the athletes do what we're asking them to do, and the results are paying off, and lives are being changed for good, and lives are being saved. But we need the help of principals, vice principals, and athletic directors and coaches to say, you know what, we can do more. So we're asking you, please contact us and let us talk more about it.
The program stands on its own. I think for every administrator throughout the world, throughout this nation, would benefit from this program.
It's a fantastic thing to have in a school, and we're grateful we have it here at Spanish Fork High.
And without this program, there's a lot of things that would have gone different this last year, and I can honestly say that to be true.
It's a program that I think can help really turn an individual athletic program around, and I think it can make a difference for a lot of schools.
Bring this program into your schools, and you will not regret it. We have no regrets about bringing this. I wish we'd have done this when we opened up the school 7 years ago, but it's never too late.